the Enterprise World magazine. Today, we are excited to feature an accomplished business leader who's transforming the future of property management through technology, innovation, and customer-focused solutions. As the CEO of Smart Property Systems, she has played a key role in helping property owners, managers, and real estate professionals streamline operations, improve tenant experiences, and drive efficiency through advanced property management software and services. Her leadership reflects a strong understanding of digital transformation, operational excellence, and the evolving needs of the real estate industry. Please join me in welcoming one of the top property management software and service leaders to watch in 2026, Timmy Ryerson. Timmy, thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you on the show today.
Well, thank you for having me. I look forward to our visit.
Yes, it's our honor. So let's quickly get started with the first segment. So my first question to you would be, Timmy, to begin with, could you take us through your professional journey and what inspired you to build smart property systems?
Oh, that might take a little while, but I will try to give you the shortened version. I'm not a programmer or a software engineer at all. I started as a speech pathologist, and I had a private practice in Washington State. And I had that private practice for quite a few years. And in that time, I treated many patients with brain damage and brain injuries. And I learned how to use small steps to get brain function back again and regain their ability to do the things that they did before the brain injury. And actually, it helped when I did get into the software business because I was able to write software that's small step in the background, but focused on the actual task in the foreground. And so it's been an interesting journey for me personally to move from being a technician in speech pathology to being the architect of software in the property management field. When I sold my practice in the state of Washington, I bought a bunch of apartment complexes, and I was they were all residential rentals. And because I was managing them myself, my family asked if I would manage our commercial properties. So I spent another 20 or 25 years managing properties by hand before we had software. And then in the early 2000s, I met and married my husband, and he had the same background in terms of property management. He's a developer, and he'd been building commercial buildings and residential multifamily units for many years, and managing some of them himself too. It was his dream to have to build software for property management, and we started working on doing that in around 2005, but we didn't actually get started until 2011 when we found a small company in Boston and bought it. It was a property management software, and it was actually the first software that had been published on the web, so that it was a cloud application. And it was an interesting process. To make a long story short, we had a lot to learn about software, and this software wasn't very well organized. So we found somebody who was a designer developer, and he built us a new stack of software that was better organized and more user-friendly than the old software was. And that was done in 2013-14, and we launched that in 2015. And that was our version 2. Right now, we're about to launch our version 3, and it's a whole different format. We've been able to learn from the mistakes that we had in version 2, and we've added and embedded native AI throughout the system now in version 3. And it is totally automated. So instead of being a recording software, it literally runs the business for you. It brings you in when you need to make decisions and helps you with that process. It does the work for you in the background and allows you to have time then to go out and grow your business and work with your owners and your tenants if you're a property management company. And if you're an individual and you're managing for yourself, it'll just save you a whole lot of time. And we're very, very excited about it. It's sort of been my dream since we started this, to automate property management so that all of those repetitive tasks are done for you all the time by the software. And so that's where we are today. We're about to launch our new version 3.
That's amazing. I think it's a very long-standing journey. So many congratulations on coming this far.
Thank you.
Yes, so like you mentioned, you're building the new version of the software. So, you've built a very smart property systems, have developed a strong reputation in the property management technology space. So what key strategies really help your company stand out in this competitive space? Like in terms of what is your USP?
What is my USB?
Right.
Okay, well, what makes our property management stand out? It's new. It's never been done before. Property management software in the past is a recording instrument. It tells what you've done, but you still have to do all the work. And this particular software will do all the work for you and record for you. And so it's kind of a 180-degree turn from where we were before. It's just a win-win for everybody. If once it's going to take a bit to get on because you have to bring your data on and you have to set the system up so that it runs the way you want it to run. But once you've done that, which takes maybe a half an hour, I guess, to set up the settings, we have an onboarding team that will help with the movement of your data onto the software. But once you've done that, you're going to spend maybe 10 or 15 minutes a day running your business, and the rest of the time you'll have to grow your business, to work with your current people, and make it better, make them happy. So I guess what makes the difference is I think with this software, tenants are going to be happier, owners are going to be happier, property managers are going to be less stressed, and I think it's a game changer for this sector of property management software.
That's wonderful. So, today we're living in the era of AI. So what role does automation and AI play in the future of property management? And also, how is your company integrating these technologies into those solutions?
Well, I pretty much just explained that it's embedded into every aspect. And so, for example, repairs and maintenance have been the biggest headache most of the time for property managers. I remember being one myself and having to go after vendors who were late, or go and meet them at the unit and get repairs done. In this case, we've set it up so that it's totally automated, and the subscriber will enter or send invitations to their vendors, so their vendors can sign up on the vendor side of the software and enter all of their pertinent data, like their license numbers, their the fact that they've got a bond, their insurance, any data that we need to have about their ability to do business in the area, so that everybody has that information, and a photo, of course. When a tenant has a problem or has a repair, the tenant will log into the tenant portal. Now, I haven't told you about this, but we have a bot that greets everybody in every portal. Her name is Grace. And Grace will greet the tenant, and the tenant will say to Grace, I need to report a leaky faucet. And Grace will say, would you like me to write the report for you? Or do you want to go and she'll bring up the page for that person to write the report if they want to write it themselves. And it's in the portal for for repairs. It's a maintenance repair message center. That message then goes through the system. The system will automatically choose the correct vendor for that particular type of repair. So if it's a plumbing repair, it will send the bid, request for bid, to the people that are listed in the vendor section of the software to give them a bid on repairing that faucet. We encourage the tenant to take pictures and add the pictures to the request for repair. But if they don't, the system has built in a way for the vendor to find out what type of faucet it is in that particular unit, so that they can give a reasonable, accurate bid, and not only that, take the correct materials when they go to make the repair. The bids get sent back automatically when the vendor fills them out, and the responsible person, it may be the subscriber, it may be one of their staff members, whomever is responsible for that unit, will get a notice from Grace in the staff portal. And Grace will say, you've got some bids that came back for the repair in unit number 10 in the property called China Gardens. And so the person will review the bids, and if the bids are within the limit that the owner has set for not having to get approval, then they will approve a bid, and the bid goes back as a work order. All of this is automated. So the only touch point here has been the property manager had to approve a bid. And if the bid is higher than the amount that is automatically approved, that bid will then be sent to the owner of that property for approval, because it's ultimately the owner who will pay for the repair. And so once the owner approves the bid, the work order is sent to the bid winner vendor. The vendor then uses the system, the software system, to contact the tenant and offer some dates for the repair to be made. Once the dates are picked, a notice is sent to the tenants with the picture of the vendor, the name of the vendor, and the date and the time, and the repair gets done. The vendor then uploads his repair data and any pictures that he needs to take that he took while making the repair. That automatically goes to the invoicing section in the ledger for our system, so that when the bookkeeper or responsible person for paying comes in, the bill can be number 1 approved and number 2 paid right to the system. And it can be set for a certain date, or it can be set to be paid immediately. And so that whole sequence of activity probably took 2 to 3 days between the bids and the work orders and the setting of the appointment. And it's done with a couple of touch points by the responsible person. So that's what AI does. AI is embedded into everything. It sends all the documents. It notices people. For example, if a bid had gone out and the vendor hadn't responded to the bid in 48 hours, a notice would be sent to the vendor saying, please respond to this bid so that we can get this repair done. And the same thing for anybody else who's involved in that process. If the owner gets the need to approve a repair and they don't do it immediately, they're noticed immediately thereafter within 24 hours to please approve the bid so that we don't slow it down. And this gets all of the repairs done in a timely way without a lot of hassle. And so we're really excited about it. That's just one way that AI has automated property management.
That's amazing. I think that's very, very comprehensive as well, and very advanced. So that's great. So yeah, this brings me to the segment 2 now. I think that was a wrap for segment 1. So now, Timmy, let's quickly move on to the segment 2, which will be a quick rapid fire round. So only short,
Okay.
insightful answers, one word answers. So one word that defines your leadership style.
Comprehensive.
A core value that drives smart property systems.
Win-win.
One technology trend property managers cannot ignore today.
That AI is coming and people are going to have to change the way they're doing things to be able to keep up.
That's right.
Sorry, I couldn't give you one word.
No, that's fine. One habit
Automation, I think.
Yeah.
Automation
Yes.
is the one word.
Yes, well said. One habit that contributes most to your productivity.
One habit. Attentiveness.
That's a good one. The most challenging part of leading a technology-driven organization.
I'm sorry, you're cut out. I didn't hear the whole question.
Yes. What is the most challenging part of leading a technology-driven organization?
Pulling together the team so that there's a tight purse top. So what would the one word be? Tenacity.
That's a good one. One skill every modern property management leader should develop.
Patience.
A business leader or a company you admire.
Elon Musk.
My last question to you would be your success mantra in one line.
What is it? My
success mantra.
My mantra?
Yes. Like philosophy.
Okay. It is. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, build a team.
That's superb. So yeah, that was a wrap for second segment. I think all of your answers were very prompt and very, very insightful. So let's move on to the segment third, which will be a piece of advice. So Timmy, if you had to give one piece of advice to aspiring entrepreneurs and young professionals looking to build a successful career in property management technology and real estate services, what would it be?
Be willing to make change. Be willing to embrace new ideas.
Yeah, I think that's a wise one. Definitely, everybody needs to know the need of the hour and act accordingly. So that's a good one. So let's move on to the segment 4, which will be the final round. So, looking ahead, what major trends do you believe will shape the future of property management software and services globally?
Well, I think AI has hit and come to stay. I think that it's not a matter of overlaying AI onto an existing platform or slapping it in. You have to embed it. And I think that will be the future of property management because it's going to automate so much. And all of the things that have fallen through the cracks because they're so detailed and hard to keep up with won't happen anymore. You won't have slow systems and you won't miss important details. And because of that, property management will be much more, I say, lucrative in terms of it won't take as much physical labor to be successful. But if you use good software, you'll be guaranteed that you can be successful because it's going to do all the hard work for you. And so I think that's the future for software in this particular sector of property management. and I think it'll go worldwide very quickly.
That's awesome, actually. So yeah, this brings me to the last and final question. In terms of the future, what new innovations, services, or expansions can your clients expect from the company? And also, like, what does your future look like from here in the next upcoming years? Like, I think you've just answered it previously, but if you can just give you a small, final note on this.
Well, we're about to launch. We've got many, many people that are waiting to come onto our software. So it'll be a very busy time for us in the next few months, bringing this backlog of people onto the software. And we've got we've covered just about every aspect of property management, except we've got 2 more areas that I want to bring on in the next 6 months. One is that people will be able to track their renter insurance, their tenant insurance. Both commercial and residential property types need to have tenant insurance. And so our system we'll build a system that tracks that efficiently and effectively, both for the tenant and also for the person that's managing, so that they can make sure that insurance is kept active throughout the tenancy. That's very important. The second area is we want to help people with their utility issues, to help them to have an easy way to sign up for utilities when they move into a unit, and then how to easily turn them off if they're ever moving out, and then to track that and make sure that the utility is maintained throughout the tenancy. I've heard a few horror stories, not many, but I've heard of people turning off their utilities a couple of months before they plan to move out, and it sticks the landlord with the bill. So we want to have a way in our software to find out if that's happened, to protect the landlord, but also to protect the tenant so that when they move in, it's not such a hard process to sign up for utilities. And so those are our 2 main focuses going forward.
That sounds very, very promising. Timmy, this brings us to the end of the interview. But before we say our goodbyes, I just want to give you a small vote of thanks. So, Timmy, thank you so much for sharing with us your valuable insights and inspiring journey. Your story reflects how innovation, customer-focused technology, and strategic leadership can transform the property management industry and create long-term business impact in today's rapidly evolving real estate landscape. We look forward to seeing smart property systems continue to grow and shape the future of property management software and services globally. To all of our viewers, we'll be soon back with more inspiring conversations featuring visionary leaders and entrepreneurs right here on the Enterprise World magazine. Thank you so much, Timmy, for your time and effort for this interview with us, and I wish you all the best for your company and roll ahead.
Thank you, Apova. We really appreciate it. It was really fun. Thank you.
Yes, I think we've had a very lovely conversation, and I hope that you have a great weekend ahead as well.
You too.
Yes.
Thank you again.
Yes.
Bye-bye.